my name is Kristen Owen and I am this year's AVID Club President. The AVID program would like to let you know that your support to the AVID class of 22 means a lot to us.
Thank you, counselors.
Thank you for helping us with our college apps.
Hi administrators, thank you for your endless support and for helping us with events.
Thank you to all the athletic coaches and staff.
I would like to thank the office staff for managing our school and especially helping us with attendance.
And last but not least,
thank you, AVID tutors.
Hi everyone, I'd like to start off by thanking Mr. Meeks and Ms. Turner for helping me realize that I want to pursue a career in STEM. Without your guys' classes, I don't think I would have the same passion for that field as I do now. And I'd also like to thank my club advisors, so Ms. Masood, Mr. Wall, Ms. Lee, Mr. Turlot, Ms. Dang, and Ms. Fajardo for helping our clubs become reality.
I would like to start off by thanking my EOP recommenders, who are Mr. Nguyen and Ms. Masood, for always supporting me. And I would also like to thank my teacher, Ms. Lee, and my counselor, Ms. Yola, for helping me with my college applications. All of you have always pushed me to do my best and to never give up on my dreams or goals.
I would like to thank Miss Coach T for motivating me and for always sticking by my side. Secondly, I'd like to appreciate Miss Charlie for being our AVID senior teacher and for always helping us with our college apps. And lastly, we'd like to thank Ms. Masood for always being a positive outlook for us.
I'd like to say a big thank you to Mr. Nguyen and Ms. Masood for always helping me do my best and for helping me write my letters of recommendation and for always being my biggest support here at Bolsa Grande High School. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you to Ms. Conway and Ms. Giuliani for the support throughout the years and especially this year. Thank you to Mr. Acosta for your patience and helping me throughout both my college application and FAFSA. I would like to give a special thank you to Ms. Masood for the massive support and writing my recommendation letter alongside Mr. Turla. I would also like to thank Ms. Charlie and Mr. Wall for making the most out of this year and the patience and the kindness throughout this whole year.
I would like to thank Ms. Yola, Mr. Acosta, Mr. Fernanzi, and Ms. Masood, Ms. Charlie, Ms. Conway, for all those individuals who have helped me with either my EOP recommendations or any questions that we had about colleges. You guys are all appreciated from AVID. Thank you guys.
Thank you to Ms. Bowie for taking the time out of your busy schedule to help me and my peers one-on-one with college applications. Thank you for also helping me with FAFSA and being understanding when I'm confused. You have given me motivation to do better in school and force positive study habits upon myself.
Thank you to Ms. Chillins for helping me get through all the college and FAFSA process. You really helped me and encouraged me to push myself to get everything done. Thank you for being a great teacher the past 2 years. I would also like to thank Mr. Engel for always looking out for my mental health as well as my grades. Thank you for accepting to be my EOP recommender. It means a lot. You really are my favorite business teacher.
First off, I would like to say thank you to Ms. Jaspard and Mr. Redman for being my 2 EOP recommenders, and also thank you for writing a thoughtful message on me for my college application. I would also like to say thank you for putting forth the effort into helping me complete my whole college application experience.
Hello. I wanted to first of all say thank you to Mr. Finanzi because not only did he help me on my EOP, but he also every day motivates me to do my best in class. And I also want to give thanks to Mrs. Masood because her motivating me every year. She has helped me a lot to be where I am right now because thanks to her, I gained the confidence that I never had.
I would like to thank Mr. Vargas and Ms. Masood. They are great role models and great advisors to look up to. Ms. Masood has taught me so many skills that I will take along with me even after I graduate high school. And Mr. Vargas has helped me embrace and acknowledge my culture and take pride in it as well.
I just wanted to thank you, Mrs. Charlie, Mr. Meeks, Mr. Trelot, and Ms. Yola for helping me through the college admission process. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to fill out the FAFSA and get financial aid, work on the application, get letters of recommendation so I can attend my future college. And I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And I would like to thank Mr. Vargas for helping me complete my college applications, specifically my EOP recommendation. He has really supported me throughout my high school journey to make sure that I was doing good, and I am very grateful for that.
Thank you, Mrs. Charlie, Mrs. Masood, Mrs. Giuliani, Mrs. McMillan, and Mr. Watt for teaching me how to grow as a student, whether that's applying for colleges, applying for FAFSA, or simply being ready as a student. Another thing that I'm super grateful for is that you make sure you're always available for your students to talk who are struggling.
Thank you, Miss Masood, for helping me and for all your support. Thank you, Miss Jasper, for being my EOP recommender and your support as well. And thank you, Mr. Engel, for being my EOP recommender and for all your help. All three of you guys have helped me so much along the road. I'm very grateful.
I would like to thank Mr. Talat, Mrs. Jaspard, and Mrs. Tran for helping me through my college stuff. Your guys' advice on my college essays was incredibly helpful.
I would like to say thank you to Ms. Uribe for always helping me on my college applications, and I would also like to thank you for always motivating me into doing good in school.
Thank you, Mr. Meeks and Mr. Wall, for helping me out with my college application, and thank you both for making my sophomore and junior years fun. I'd also like to thank Mr. Avles for being an amazing teacher and for staying after school to help tutor us even when you don't have to.
I'd like to thank Ms. G for being a great counselor and for helping me with all of my college and FAFSA applications. Thank you for being the support system I needed this year. I would also like to thank Mr. Vargas and Ms. Masood for agreeing to be my EOP recommenders. Thank you for the support. It means the world to me.
Hello, I just wanted to thank Mr. Finizzi, Ms. Shaver, and Mr. Acosta for guiding me through the college process. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to get any of my recommendations or answer any of my questions that I had about applying. Thank you so much, and from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate every teacher that has helped me.
So the two teachers that I wanted to give my big thank yous to are Ms. Masood and Mr. Redmond. Ms. Masood, because you have always given back a lot of energy towards me, and I really appreciate that. And Mr. Redmond, because you provided great information that is going to be useful to my future.
I would like to say thank you to all my teachers that guided me and supported me and pushed me to my limits to do the best I can. Thank you to Chef Fontes, Ms. Costello, Dr. G, Mr. Terranova, and Mrs. Tran. And I would like to say thank you to Mrs. Chow Lee, Mrs. Masood, and Mr. Watt for guiding me throughout my AVID years.
This video is from my two EOP recommenders, Mr. Vargas and Mrs. Shaver. To you both, thank you so much for filling out my EOP recommendation and also for being such great, supportive, and kind teachers, not only to me, but to many other students.
I'd like to thank Mr. Nguyen, Ms. Tran, Ms. Cardullo, Mr. Wah, Mrs. Sood, and Ms. Lily. I'd like to thank you guys so much for dealing with my shenanigans over these years, and though you guys may not realize it right now, you guys really helped me push through the hard parts of high school, and it really has set up my future for success.
Hi, I would like to thank the following people. Thank you to Ms. Charlie and Mr. Acosta for helping me on my college applications and FAFSA. Thank you to Mr. Finizzi, Ms. Charlie, and Ms. Dang for writing me a letter of recommendation. And thank you to Ms. Fajardo, Ms. Masood, Mr. Wall, Mr. Johnson, and Ms. Conway for your lifelong support.
I'd like to thank Mr. Cho, Mr. Finizzi, and Ms. Master Paulo for bringing me a new meaning to learning. They brought me into a perspective where I can actually just change how I view learning, and I would never have thought about it if I had never taken their classes.
I'd like to thank Mr. Nguyen for always having cheesy jokes and always dancing, and I'd like to thank Ms. Masood for giving me the chance to enter this program with AVID, and I'd like to thank Ms. Lee for always being there and talking to me and giving me some motivation and confidence in myself.
Thank you, Mr. Stanley, for making really funny jokes. Thank you, Food and Pooch, for blessing us with your amazing dog pics. Thank you, Ms. Masood, for being really considerate and looking out for all of us. And thank you, Ms. Charlie and Ms. Jasper for being super sus.
Hey, I just want to say thank you to Coach T and Mr. Redmond for being my EOP recommenders and for having such a huge impact on me throughout the years, as well as to Ms. Sherry, Ms. Masood, and Ms. Shelly for always putting a smile on my face and for always making me feel a part of something.
I'd like to thank Mr. Fry, Mr. Martin, Mr. Turlot, and also Ms. Shelly. Mr. Martin and Mr. Fry really helped me improve my English skills and get me to the next level, while Ms. Shelly and Mr. Turlot helped me with a lot of things regarding my work ethic and how I dealt with things in school.
Thank you, Mr. Turlot and Mrs. Lee, Mr. Stanley and Mr. Martin. Most importantly, I'd like to talk about Mr. Stanley and how he helped me throughout high school, even though he may not know me.
I want to thank Mr. Wah and Mr. Meeks for being such great teachers, and I want to thank Mr. Wah specifically for helping me in my role as AVID Treasurer and for helping out AVID Club, And I want to thank Mr. Meeks for giving us such a chill and comfortable environment in the class.
I'd like to thank Mr. Meeks and Mr. Acosta for helping me get through my studies and get through my final year of high school education.
Thank you, Ms. McMillan, for taking time out of your class and helping us prepare for life after high school. Thank you, Ms. Masood, for helping me with my ELP application and always being there for me whenever I needed someone to talk to. Thank you, Mr. Acosta, for always believing in me. Thank you, Ms. Shaver, for being my ELP recommender. Thank you, Mr. Vargas, for being my ELP recommender.
Thank you to Mr. Meeks and Ms. Bowie for helping me finish my college applications, as well as helping me through my letter of recommendation. Your guidance and advice was useful throughout the process, and my gratitude and appreciation cannot be explained in words.
Thank you, Mr. Redmond, for always making me feel at ease in your class, because I don't feel the pressure, so I learn better that way, and I'm more willing to learn. I'm a better student that way, and I also really appreciate how you interact with your students, and it's always fun talking to you.
Hi, Mr. Acosta and Ms. Dio. I would like to thank you for writing a letter of recommendation for me. I would also like to thank Mr. Acosta for helping me write not write my application, but help me fill out my application.
Thank you, Ms. Jolie, for always checking up on my applications, and thank you, Ms. Eula, for helping me turn in my application. And I would like to also thank you, Bahai, for being my EUP recommender, and Mr. Meeks for also being my EUP recommender last minute. And thank you very much. AVID appreciates you.
Finally, I would like to say that AVID appreciates you and everything you've done.
Thank you, and AVID appreciates you.
Thank you. AVID appreciates you.
Thank you. AVID appreciates you.
AVID appreciates you. Thank you. AVID appreciates you.
Thank you. AVID appreciates you.